Yo, what is up everyone? Hope all's going well for you. Welcome back to Get Jacked. Now today we're continuing off here on Official, and we're on the island. We're going to be checking out a ton of new stuff that they actually added into the game. They've done a lot of quality of life changes, a lot of bug fixes, and just some, I don't know, tweaks and balances, I guess, that I really want to go and check out. So we're going to spend today doing a little bit of that. Another thing that we're also going to do, wait, I want to see this Pteranodon die. I want to show you. I noticed it when I came in, a Pteranodon died, and it's a little thing, but it looks cool. Okay, is that on all wild? Oh, these are shooting it, okay. I don't have any ranged weapons to... I have ammo, but no weapon. Okay, see? Skull and crossbones up in the, I don't know, the death message area. I think it looks really cool. It looks like they kind of smoothed out that thing. Let me put a bunch of points into stuff here, actually. Got that free mind wipe. I love logging in and getting the free mind wipe when they do character changes. So the big character change now is that they actually reduced movement speed, how much you get per level. So you're not going to see those crazy, insane fast characters. I'm just going to do it. That looks about good. Maybe 10 fortitude. Okay, so you're not going to see those insanely fast characters anymore. They actually reduced the club as well. That's right. They nerfed the club, the pinnacle of PvP and ARK. Now they reduced it, I believe, by 50%, so it's really not as good as it was in the past, which means you actually do want to get that the Ascendant blueprints and stuff. What I found is, like, once you got really high melee, you could just knock someone out with a primitive club. You didn't even need Ascendant, so now I think you actually do. Oh god, lag. All right, let me get that. No, it is 2 times breeding right now, and everything. It's 2 times everything, I guess. They're doing an evolution event on Official, so I'd like to take advantage of that. We will be raising a Giga coming up soon, but what I do want to do first, I want to check out the corpse finder, and then we need to check out the volcano, because what I've heard, or what I've been reading through all the changes, and it says that there's a 70% increase of metal on the volcano, so, or 70% of what it used to be. So we'll check that out. Okay, so the light's behind me. I'm going to show you from a distance, because it looks really cool at night, actually. I didn't notice this bee. Why is it even out of its... Is that something that they changed? No, I probably just didn't take care of my beehive. I'm a horrible beekeeper. My bad. Let me throw this thing back down. But as you can see in the background, that is the corpse finder. I died over there to show it off. Put flowers in there for now. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's what the beam looks like. It should be pretty dang easy to find. Goes all the way up to the sky, and it's only seen by your player. Oh god, it's gone. I was trying to wait till daytime, or close to daytime, but yeah, it's taking too long. Let me murder myself again, and I'll show you during the day, because there are actually a few goofy things about it. I don't like, the problem I have with it is that most of the time, if you die to an animal or something, that's where you should probably get your corpse back, you know. In PvP, you're not probably gonna get your stuff back, so I wouldn't expect the corpse finder to work in that kind of a situation. But in like a situation where you die to a carnivore, which is most situations, I'll show you why I don't like it. Let's wait for daytime. Okay, I am close to death. I'm gonna try and get close to over here, and I think I'm gonna have to use the beehive. I don't see another way for me to injure myself. I've actually been struggling. It took me quite a while to get my health down this low. I did drop from really high up. So let me finish it off with the beehive. And raw meat, come on. And there we go. Alright, so I will respawn here quickly. I hope that this bed is close. We have way too many beds stacked on top of each other. Okay, where am I? Oh, good. This is like the perfect spot. I need to like name all these or something one day. Now, this is the corpse finder right here. And the reason why I don't like it, when you die to a carnivore, what happens to your body? It gets eaten, right? So you get eaten by the carnivore, which you probably just died to. I don't see myself dying to too many herbivores on a regular basis, unless it's like a kentrosaur. But if you, or the carnivore, eats the body, then the light beam thing goes away. And I don't like that, because I think the beam should stay for always at like a certain period of time, because say somebody or something eats your body and the beam's gone, and you still look around for what, 15 minutes trying to find your stuff, because you still don't know. And at least if the beam stayed around, you would be like, okay, I found the beam, there's nothing underneath it, I'm gonna not waste my time, you know? Okay, here we are on the volcano. This is another thing I really wanted to check out. Is there any metal along the sides here before I go inside? Not really. I don't think there's really anything along the sides. But on the inside, it said that it's supposed to have 70% of what it used to have. So that's still a lot. If you farmed a volcano back in the day, it was the best place to farm metal. They actually have the small metal nodes, which you find only in like scorched earth and stuff over here now, it looks like. So is there metal down here too? Oh, it is. It looks like they are spread out on these rocks and things. So you can actually bring a Quetzal Anki in here, come farm. But you better not friggin' drop that Anki in the lava, because I would assume that's GG. Another thing that I saw in the patch notes is actually, it used to be where if you knocked yourself out and went into lava and then woke up, you would be in lava, but it would act like water. That was something that a lot of people did for center map bases and stuff. But they actually changed that, so you can't knock yourself out into lava and survive anymore. It's just not a thing. So, I don't know. You don't want to drop your Anki in there. It might be GG for it. Let's head back. Now what I want to do actually is I crafted up this Mastercraft fishing rod here, because I spent actually an hour looking for my Ascendant rod, being really worried that I lost it, but I actually looked it up and they removed all fishing rods out of the game that were already crafted, which kind of makes me, I'm gonna see if I can get this drop, by the way, kind of makes me mad, because I had 2 really good Ascendant fishing rods that I saved for only really good fish, and I really cherish those things, and now they're gone, which is, I think, is not cool, because they were like 440% effectiveness, and I don't know, that made me sad. But we had the Mastercraft blueprint, so I want to test out fishing now, because they said they reduced it. Oh, that was worth. Totally worth. Okay, so I'm going to do some fishing. People always ask for fishing episodes, and now that they changed the balancing of fish, I want to get a good idea. So we're going to fish here for a while, and I think we're just going to go over a bunch of the update things. As we kind of fish in the background, I'll just kind of read off some of the ones that I think are pretty cool. A lot of the big changes that we've come, or at least the bigger changes that have come with this last update. So the first one that I really wanted to go into was, we might as well start with the fishing, mostly because we're fishing. So anyway, the fishing rod effectiveness has been reduced by 35%, so that really changes the, I don't know how good of fish you're gonna get. They also changed just the max size that you can catch with the rods, and now it's actually shown. So honey, actually the biggest fish you can actually catch is 2.2, leech blood 1.88, and sap 0.94. So it kind of, I don't know, I don't like the changes, but I felt like they had already nerfed fishing into the ground, in my opinion, but I don't know, that's just my own opinion. The other stuff that I find quite interesting is the mutton effectiveness has been reduced by 20%. Now, I think this might be also in turn to Ragnarok servers, because mutton is so easily accessible. I think they're finally realizing that kibble should actually be a better alternative than mutton, so that's why they've done that. Now kibble is actually a little bit better and more effective than mutton, more than it was. So this one's probably one of the most annoying things that ARK ever had, and it is the glitch to get stuck inside of doors. Evidently, they fixed it where you can't actually slam your own self in a door, and you can actually escape now, which I hope this is true, but I have a feeling I'm going to be getting stuck in a few more doors before it's totally fixed. The other stuff, there was this weird bug that you could actually support large dino gate frames, or dino gate doors on the small dino gate frames, and they fixed that. I've seen some really weird builds with that one. A couple other things that they did, mind wipes, that's a huge thing. You can no longer just mind wipe as many times as you want, you know, get full get full crafting speed, then go back and switch all your stats back. You can only use one mind wipe per level, and with the changing the crafting speed, that's what they're gonna, that's why. So now crafting speed is crafting effectiveness, and if you upgrade your levels in that, you'll actually be able to craft blueprints at a much higher quality. So if you get an Ascendant blueprint with 285 damage, which is the highest you can get right now in the game, and then you max out your crafting speed and build it, you'll actually get something with maybe 320 damage. It's all I don't know, random, and it can kind of vary, I think. So I'll show you some of those recipes later. I think a lot of people are actually getting alt accounts to level them fully in crafting speed, have one of those people in the tribe. We have an extra person in our tribe that does nothing, so all crafting speed on that person. So that's what we're doing. We have one person as the crafting speed. I'll show you what they look like. It's pretty sweet. So anyway, the other one that I wanted to get into was days have actually been increased by 25%. So we've got to increase the daytime. Nighttime is still just as long, which is weird to think about because now we've just got a longer day in general in ARK. So I wish they would just remove like half of night and just make a lot more daytime, but I mean, they want to add more stuff that's implemented at night. So that's a lot of the stuff that I thought was big changes for like basic gameplay. Now there also are a lot of dino changes and baby mating changes too. So the biggest one that I saw with this one is actually they actually removed the fact that if you put babies in water that they would consume less food. They removed that, so that's a big change. The other one that's kind of a little bit more subtle, but I think is the big one. So basically, when babies would start with very low HP. So because they have low HP, they would regen HP, and that would take food as well as their normal amount of food that they were eating. So you were almost getting double the food consumption, I think, than they actually planned for, because they said that they actually fixed it as an issue. So now babies actually eat a lot less food because they're not consuming food to make up for the lost HP that they have. So that's a big change. Another thing with babies is if you had a baby Thylacoleo and it was near a redwood tree, it would actually spawn on the tree. They fixed that issue, and that was a really funny one. I actually never had the issue, but I heard people had in the past, so I thought that was pretty hilarious. Another couple things, you can actually paint the platform saddle on the Quetzal now. I think that's funny. Probably going to see a lot more interesting things coming with that. There are also a lot of changes to the Thylacoleo, although like weird animations and stuff that it would do. I guess it won't, glitch out on all things all the time. Now, I did notice that they still go through the frickin' floor. When they're on the top floor or something, they glitch down to the bottom floor, and it's really annoying with that. Another great thing that they fixed is the fact that if you ever ran out of stamina like really high up on your Pteranodon and it tried to like auto land, you would like stop like 20 feet above like the air, and if you were high level, you'd probably die falling from that height, and that was really annoying. Another thing with the Pteranodon is actually increase the Pteranodon saddle to level 38, so it's not like that quick rush tame anymore. You can't just grab a Pteranodon right off the beach and make a saddle for it, so that's an interesting change for a early game. They've also reduced the tail collision on like all dinos. I've actually noticed that even the smaller dinos like Dilos, Dodos, Oviraptor, you can actually just walk dinos, or your player, no, maybe not your player, but dinos, you can definitely walk through them where they're not going to collide with you and make it all glitchy for you to walk around the base, which I think is really cool. There's also were some issues where turrets would aggro dinos without the dinos actually being hit, and that was a big problem for draining turrets and stuff in some situations, and they actually fixed that as well. I know there are also a lot of changes to the Griffin, or actually balances to the Griffin to fix that, but I actually didn't see much of a difference when I was playing around on mine on Ragnarok. So those are all the big ones that I saw reading through the patch notes. There are actually a few more I want to show you, like the crafting speed, so let's head back. Okay, here we go. Let me grab some food. I am dying. Okay, see? Look at it. Nice. Why can't they just fix them going through the ground? I hate it so much. So, am I gonna survive here? My crafting skill is, just normal. I didn't put any points into it. You really don't want to put points into it unless you're putting almost all your points into it. So, we've got that character that can make these, and let me go... Gotta go all the way up to personal storage. Crap, it might... Uh-oh, I might get lost in here. I haven't been here for like 2 days because I've been doing a lot of stuff in Ragnarok, so it's been probably longer than I've been away from this base in the last like 9 months, so it's pretty crazy. Let me run up to personal storage. They said they had it in their lockers up here. Okay. Gotta find our way over. Please don't tell anybody where this is. They try to keep it nice and hidden. Alright, so in here we've got... Here we go. Okay, so these are all the... basically the ghillie pieces that they made using these blueprints. So these are all made with the same blueprint, and you're going to see that the armor actually varies with it. So as we go down the list, see how they all kind of vary. Now they were all made with these same blueprints, 137 armor, and then we've got varying. This one's really good actually, 162, and see the crafting skill bonus, 25.9%. So that shows how much it actually helped out. See, this one's only 7.3%. And then we've got 16.4, 25.7. But using just the same blueprints, you're going to get better equipment. And I think this is really cool. It puts some skill into the building process and kind of makes it so you would want like you almost need like an armorer in your tribe or something, someone who can build your saddles. And I hope, I mean, I haven't tried it on saddles. I assume it works on saddles, but I think that's going to be where it really shines. You know, making really high-level blueprint saddles was never really worth it. No, I would never make a high-level Quetzal platform saddle because I'd just look for an already crafted one in Scorched Earth. So I think it's going to really change how people make those. Alright, and of course we couldn't leave without checking out the new aquatic mount in this game. I don't understand why. I don't see it as being ever been an issue, but I think they're trying to make the older dinosaurs more relevant. I don't know if this is a place to start, but we've actually found one of our kibble parasaurs and saddled it up, so I don't know. They increased the movement speed of the parasaur in water for some odd reason, so now it moves at this speed. So if you're in an early game situation, maybe you would tame up a parasaur now. I don't know. I still wouldn't tame it up. They actually doubled, or I think it was like a 50% increase to its stamina on land too. So I don't really know why they're doing things like this when there are a lot of bigger things like the Thylacleo going through the ground and stuff. But if you're trying to get a new parasaur, people are going to be breeding up, you know, those 150 parasaur breeds all the time now just because of this. Just a little faster in the water. That's all it needed, you know, to make it more balanced. I don't know. I feel like it was not a needed change in the game. But I do like a lot of the changes that they did. I hope you liked how I went over it. The fishing is so much different now, and I don't really... It's hard to portray fishing because it's just constant, you know, reeling and things. That segment part was like an hour and a half of straight fishing, so it was pretty fun. But that's where I'm going to stop for today. If you like this video, definitely hit that thumbs up and or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You have a great yesterday, and of course, we'll catch you next time.